Man, oh man, this election is something, right? We are still, what is this, day 3, day 2, day 3 of this election, and we still, we kind of know what the results are going to be, but technically it's not officially official. But this is crazy. Don't click away. There's not going to be no political video. I just wanted to comment on this because I feel like every day, every morning, I'm waking up, checking, I'm like, we know what's going on yet? I don't know, but it's just crazy. But you know what else is going on right now that's being voted? The NBA restart. You see how I brought that back? Come on now. Hey, come on. Give me something in the chat. Just run the intro. What's going on, CK Crew? It's your boy CK2K here, and welcome back to another video. If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video and hit that notification bell so you can get all of these videos when they come out. Shout out to the CK Crew. For real, I really do appreciate everybody who is a part of the CK Crew membership. Hit the join button right next to the subscribe button. Appreciate everything that you guys can give. Like I said, all of it goes to the channel. Means a lot. But we got to talk about what's really at hand here today. And that's the fact that today we should be finding out officially that the NBA should be starting December 22nd. I'm saying should be finding out because it's already being speculated, a lot like this election going on. It's already being speculated that players are going to vote in the direction of having the NBA start on December 22nd. Now, I'm not going to break down all of the financial reasons as to why this is probably the decision is going to be made, because obviously you guys have been seeing the amount of money the NBA would be losing if they decide to wait until Martin Luther King Jr. Day in January. So they're deciding to cut that loss and just start a little bit earlier. But the question that comes around, and it's not a question that us Knicks fans really have to worry about, but the question that a lot of other NBA fan bases have to worry about is this too quick of a turnaround? I mean, we have teams like the Los Angeles Lakers, who's one of the oldest teams in the league, and they're probably going to run it back with what they got, barring like a few little changes. But teams like them, teams like the Clippers, who already had situations where Paul George and Kawhi Leonard weren't even playing together for the majority of their season, the Miami Heat, all kinds of teams that were in the playoffs, that are in that bubble, that are going to have this quick turnaround and start back basketball December 22nd. That is a conversation right now. Is that fair? Does that make any sense? We already heard LeBron James talking about him possibly not playing a lot of games, or Danny Green was saying that he's not even thinking about that when he should be thinking a lot more about basketball, because we saw how you played in the playoffs, Danny Green. I defended you. Tons of footage over on the phone, but I defended you. You never paid me. But outside of those teams like that, should we really be talking about that this turnaround is way too quick? I personally don't think so. For the first time in forever, I actually agree with Kendrick Perkins with the fact that suit it up, lace them up, play some basketball. The turnaround may be quick, but at the same time, obviously as fans, we're excited about it, especially Knicks fans, because we haven't seen basketball since March. Hell, not even just Knicks fans, the bottom 8 fans, Bulls and all those teams. We haven't seen our teams play since late March, so we're excited to see our teams play. And there is such thing as too much time off. There is a risk factor of these players not playing competitive ball for such a long period of time. Who knows, injuries that could happen, all kinds of crazy things can happen. So I'm really excited to see this turnaround as quick as it is. I said that yesterday. I can care less about the Lakers and all of them. As long as I can see my Knicks in December, that'd be a great birthday present. My birthday is December 24th, and if the league starts in 22nd, NBA gave me the best birthday present of all time right there. So I appreciate the NBA. But like I mentioned, there's teams that have bigger issues with this league starting back this early than other teams, and that's the biggest question, like who's going to be most affected, who's least affected. I feel like the obvious answer would be the bottom 8 are going to be least affected, and I would say, I'm not even going to say all the bubble teams. I think primarily the teams that were in the later rounds of the playoffs, from Western Conference, Eastern Conference Finals and up, maybe even in the second round and up, because these teams played a lot of basketball so in such a quick period of time. They were getting 1 day off between games compared to some series where you're getting 2 days and stuff like that, especially because of travel and whatnot. I would say those teams are probably the ones that are a little more or less worried. But the thing is, though, with the Miami Heat, who was in the NBA Finals, I'm not entirely worried about them because the majority of their team is young. Outside of the injuries that was going on with Goran Dragic, and outside of Jimmy Butler, who's a little bit older, the fact of the matter is the team is primarily a younger squad with some good veterans, like even Jay Crowder, who was one of the squad. Maybe Andre Iguodala, sure, but the turnaround is going to be just fine for the Miami Heat. I still expect them to go into this next season and continuing their dominance. If anything, this is like a all-star break for them to come back and play the same kind of basketball that they were playing after the NBA Finals. Now, the Lakers, on the other hand, like I mentioned, the team is predominantly an older squad. You know, a lot of dudes over the 30s, a lot of contracts that they have to worry about coming in free agency. And that's another thing I'm going to talk about is free agency and the draft, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, the Lakers to me are probably one of the teams that should be the most worried for more than one reason. Not just for the fact that they should be worried because of them coming back, because of the team being old. They should be worried because of the fact that teams like the Brooklyn Nets and the Golden State Warriors are going to be coming back completely healthy. The Warriors are going to be coming back with everybody plus a top draft pick if they don't choose to trade it. The Warriors are going to be right back in the mix like they want. They never left, and they possibly can go out and steal the first overall seed in the Western Conference off the jump because they will be playing without a hitch while the Lakers will be coming in hobble a little bit. I mean, to be expected. They could defy us, but it could be expected. But then that also comes down to other teams like, you know, my Knicks. Like, should we be excited about this? Is this an opportunity for us to jump out and possibly snag some spots over some of these teams that played in the bubble, that are going through a lot of changes that are going to be happening in free agency? Like, is this going to be a good sign for the New York Knicks? Let me know your thoughts about that in the comments below. But as I just mentioned, free agency, the draft, as we know, is November 18th. We're going to have that quick turnaround from the NBA draft to the free agency pool. Normally, it's about a few weeks until the draft and then jumping into the free agency wire. We gain 48 hours, between 48 to 72 hours that the free agency wire is going to start. So about 2 to 3 days before the free agency begins. Now, a lot of other questions people are having is then, what do you do if you're a free agent in this year's free agency pool? Do you just stay with what you know because the turnaround is so quick? Or do you still go about free agency as you would any other season? That is a great question. I don't know. Like, if I'm the Lakers, like, I understand there's probably some tweaks that they need to make. They need a point guard, all kinds of stuff like that. But if you're one of these older dudes, do you even go and try and seek out any kind of money, or do you just stay with what you know and just try and run it back with the same type of chemistry that you had going on, and so on and so forth with these other names that we've been talking about for all these months? We know that the Thunder are trying to trade Chris Paul. We know that the Knicks are one of the destinations for that. We also know that Victor Oladipo is looking to be traded. There's all kinds of names that are trying to be traded. We're seeing all kinds of reports about players being moved, but does that make a lot of sense because of this quick turnaround, especially for teams that are trying to win a championship? I don't know. But as far as the question of, is this too quick of a turnaround? I don't think so. I do understand if there are players that do choose to sign a one-year deal and just stick with their same team. That makes sense to me. I get that. And if the GMs and stuff like that are willing to do that with the player, especially if the player is good enough, to me that makes sense. I mean, you stick with what you got. You have such a short period of time to learn the players and learn the team, especially when you got juggernauts that are be coming in. And yes, I'm calling the Nets a juggernaut for now. I still think that they are going to implode, and I'm here for all that. But respect where respect is due. Kevin Durant is Kevin Durant. Kyrie Irving is, well, Kyrie Irving when he wants to be. So I'm going to give him respect for right now. But just know that I'm looking for the total and utter demise of the Brooklyn Nets. I'm very excited for it. Steve Nash, head coach. Stoudemire as an assistant coach. Love you, Stat. Mike D'Antoni as an assistant coach. Balance of power going on right there. Kyrie Irving saying that he ain't listening he don't think he need no coaches. I'm just saying, Brooklyn Nets are a disaster waiting to happen, but I'm going to give them respect because of the players and what they've done before. All right. I know that's something the Knicks fans can't do. I'll do it for the sake of this argument, just for now. So there's teams like that are going in, they're going to be, ready to go from the jump, and they're going to have, no excuses. So teams like the Clippers and the Lakers and those kind of teams that are going to be flexing that that game management muscle very often, especially in December and January. I think they got to think about all factors of that, because, they could easily be in that 3rd, 4th seed spot. But I mean, who knows? Maybe they don't care about that and they just want to go into the playoffs and they think they'll be ready and willing to go when it's time to go. And another question I was seeing that I'm not really too worried about is that people are saying, are the rookies going to be ready because they're getting drafted November 18th and then they're playing basketball a month later? The rookies will be fine. The rookies will be fine. Regardless of if there was a month in between or 3 months in between, rookies are still going to be green to the NBA regardless. Yes, they get less time with training camp and blah, 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 blah. They would be green regardless. I think they'll be fine. We have to remember, some of these kids that are being drafted that are going to be drafted this year, they have not played basketball for months on end, the same way that some of these teams like the New York Knicks have not played basketball. So I'm not worried about them. We're probably going to see a lot more rusty play from some of these rookies, or we might see better play from some of these rookies because other players that are in the league might be more rusty than them and they might be able to shine. I'm not worried about the rookies at all, not even in the slightest. I think they'll be just fine. They're young, they'll figure it out. They're going to be green to the league anyways. miss me with that. I'm not worried about them. But how do you guys feeling about the free agency conversation? Do you think that it makes more sense for these players to stick with the team that they were on before? Or do you think that they should just run free agency like no big deal? And also rookies. Should we be worried about them? No, I'm not worried about the rookies. What do you guys think in the comments below? But yeah, man, we are very close to finding out if we're going to have basketball December 22nd, 25th, whatever the day may be. It's looking like the 22nd is the day that's still being juggled around. And I'm here for it. I'm personally here for it. I just want basketball back. We talk about all the time, you know, and you can say whatever you want to say about us Knicks fans. I miss Knicks basketball. It's been way too long. I'm excited to see Knicks basketball. I'm excited to see what is to come of this new chapter of the New York Knicks, from everything that we've done upstairs to what we've done with the squad and what we've done with free agency and the draft after, you know, that all comes about. I'm really excited to see what all that what comes of the Knicks going into this next season, especially with such a quick turnaround. I'm looking forward to it. I just miss seeing Knicks basketball, and I know a lot of you Knicks fans with me are feeling the same way, regardless of how much this team gives us headaches. And I'm sure a lot of other fan bases, like Chicago fans and blah blah blah, they have changes that went on that they're excited to see too. We just want to see basketball. I'm as a hoops head, I'm excited about this quick turnaround. I don't care about logistics, analytics. I don't care about none of that stuff. The fact that I'm getting basketball after we just finished basketball not but a few weeks ago, and now we're getting basketball again in about a month. Happy birthday to me. I'm not tripping about it. But how do you guys feel about all and everything that we said about in this video in the comments below? But guys, we have a few of them to go through because your boy's been uploading on the regular. So we got some comments to go through. So it's time for comments of the video. Yeah, y'all comments been hilarious. Like, yo, CK uploaded 3 videos in a row. What did we do to deserve this? What is he drinking? Da 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 da. I told y'all, man, be prepared. Be prepared. And shout out to all you guys who've been watching the videos. If you have not already subscribed, you know the deal. Hit the subscribe button, notification bell, like this video, gang. You know what it's about. We gotta start with my boy Carl Jean-Baptiste. I see you, my guy. This guy's been with me. He's been a supporter for so damn long. But he commented saying, "Real talk, I'm feeling the pass out. CK's putting up consistent content, bruh. I'm feeling like I won the lotto." Carl, I appreciate the support, man. Yes. We're here. We are here with the constant of, and that's what a lot of these comments are saying. Matthew Dalton, like, everybody's saying the same thing. They can't even comment on the video on the road. Y'all so wild. Oh, we can't go any further. You know what the deal is? I gotta read a comment from one of my CK crew members. We gotta find one of these. Coming from the homie Dylan Chop Charles. I'm reading it on the computer this time. He, first of all, shout out to you, Dylan. You are a 2-month CK crew member. Yo, I appreciate the support, Dylan. That means a lot. You're our first one. He says, honestly, I don't hate the design. It's low-key tough. LOL. Also, not feeling RJ Hampton. He's definitely a Dante Exum 2.0. I don't know if I'm gonna give him Dante Exum, but yeah, I just feel like he's not going to be the same player that he was expected to be leaving high school. I do think that he could probably still be a talent, but I don't know, man. I see him more as him becoming, and it's not a knock, but I see him becoming more of a role player now than when I thought that he could be a starting caliber point guard going into the draft following high school. I don't know. Sean D saying, you need to have your brother on here more. I love the chemistry between y'all. That's my bro. That's how it always goes. And of course, he responds, I agree. ... Well, y'all know the deal. He's on my channel every year for the draft. He's gonna be he's gonna be here for the draft again this year, November 18th, when we do our live stream. For those who may not know, we live stream during the draft. It's gonna be our 3rd year in a row. Every year it's been a success. We do call-ins, we do all kind of fun stuff. Come join the CK draft party. It's a lot of fun over here. We have fun, and yes, you'll be there for that. And yeah, I guess we can consider putting him in some more videos because y'all love everything he had to say on this. I was really happy to see that y'all were really loving his take on a lot of things. So that was pretty cool. But yes, all right, Coda the Dreamer, Nick, little brother. Yes, we will get you on the channel more. All right. This comment's really dope. Last but not least, I'm ending with this one. He says, real quick, really not much to do about the video, but I appreciate what you do for Knicks fans. You, Macri. I mean, I could go down the list, but the content is legit and needed, especially with no basketball being played. We appreciate you. Andre, that means a lot, man. And yes, you guys know the deal. If you guys are supporting me, I hope you are definitely supporting everybody else in this Knicks community. You know, my boy CP over Knicks Fan TV, Jay Ellis over at Nick of Time Show. Yes, Jonathan Macri, shout out to J Mac, starting to be able to monetize his amazing newsletters. You know, I'm going to be on there, subscribe for sure. Shout out to every single person that is on here. State of New York Knicks, everybody. There's so many people, from podcasts to content creation on YouTube, Twitter, articles, everything. And so, it's really cool that we have such a dope community, and we're able to get the actual voice out when we're getting such biased and trash opinions coming from the major networks like ESPN and Fox and stuff like that, where we can get our voice out. And a lot of us are very unbiased. Like, we love our team, but we're very unbiased and very critical about our squad the same way, but we don't bring in the nonsense takes when it comes to stuff. So I appreciate your support. I appreciate all you guys' support. Make sure you check out all of them as well as myself. But I'm going to end it on that note. You guys know the deal. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. Join the crew so you can join this list of people. Shout out to my man Dylan, 2-month subscription holder or 2-month member holder. You know what it is, but you guys know the deal. Let's get it. See you guys in the next video. I'm out of here, 4 in a row. It's lit. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Feeling like I won the lotto. Always taking trips with a new chick, asking where the time goes. And I wonder